Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tata Steel 2025 Day 2 recap. In today's video we have a few more decisive results than what we had in the first day. Still very high level chess, very exciting. Nothing like a Nishigiri and Gukesh though, so if you haven't seen our Day 1 review, please go watch that. Oh my god, it's going to send you on an emotional roller coaster. Game 1, Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces, the love of my life, versus Jordan van Forest with the black pieces. D4, D5 is how we're starting. We're starting with the queen's pawns this game. Knight F3, E6, Bishop F4, and C5. So very normal opening. What is this? Some sort of just queen's pawn opening. I don't even know if this has a name. Who knows? But very clear ideas for black. White's just going to continue to develop. Maybe, play here, get the bishop out. It's all looking very lovely. E3 to get the bishop out. Knight C6. C3 reinforcing this D pawn, so knight is going to have to go to D2 or out over on the rim, but that looks horrific. D6, bishop D6 that is, bishop G3, knight H6. Now this just looks absolutely repulsive, doesn't it? I mean, obviously it has clear ideas of where to go, but in an opening I'm always told, because I'm a low level moron, never move a piece more than once when developing it, like in the opening. So Jordan, respect, sir. Maybe he's not going to move it straight away. Maybe he'll leave it a few moves, who knows. Bishop D3. So if short castles, this bishop's going to be a pain in the bottom the whole game. We do get short castles, so this bishop very strong, very active. Knight to D2 as we expected. Pawn B6, just reinforcing that pawn on C5. Queen E2, bishop B7, and then we get our first exchange and we enter the middle game. We're out the opening now. Position's completely equal. Obviously it's very early to say, but here you'd be looking like it's all very symmetrical, all very equal, all pieces developed. We're looking at a draw here. That's what I was thinking watching this game. That's what the commentators were thinking. E4, rook to B8, E5. So Fabiano just says, look, if you're not going to take my pawn, I'm just going to keep pushing it. Okay, I'm going to keep taking space. What are you going to do about it? Jordan obviously has to retreat. Short castles from Fabi and knight F5, taking more space. This is a lovely square for a knight, isn't it? Because the E-pawn now can't attack it, and this G-pawn's never going to push. So this knight is relatively safe unless you force an exchange with a bishop, or reroute the knight to force an exchange. It's looking lovely, isn't it? Bishop F4 and C4, so Jordan starts to take space of his own, so Fabi's going to have to retreat this bishop, probably to C2, absolutely. Bishop A6, rook to B1, so probably looking at trying to push here. I don't know actually, maybe, who knows. D4, knight to C4, taking this pawn, and then queen to D5. B3 was the only move in the position, Fabi finds it. Takes here. So Fabi looks, I know, knocked down a pawn because he won a pawn earlier on, didn't he? I forgot he was up a pawn. He was up a pawn. Rook D1, attacking the queen. Queen slides over. Bishop takes on F5, weakening Jordan's pawn structure. Queen C2, bishop takes the knight. Does Fabi take back? No, he plays Queen C3. But this is a great move because with the bishop just retreats. Thank you for the queen, sir. So, though he's down a knight, he's obviously going to win this bishop back. Bishop B6. Oh, that's another great move by Fabi, isn't it? That is another great move, because now the queen has to move away because it's under threat. And you obviously just can't play this because, well, then you just taken the exact same thing. So we get queen here, and Fabi reclaims the lost piece. Queen takes. We get a queen trade. Now this is interesting because Fabi's up a pawn, so a queen trade, I don't know if this really suits Jordan. It was the best move though, so obviously it does. Now Fabi's pawn structure's weakened, and he has an isolated pawn here. So, this game is very far from over. Very far from over. Yep, there's those double stacked pawns highlighted. Rook to C8 though. Why is this such a devastating move? Because a rook to D6 attacking this knight. Knight just moves, and then you trade rooks, kick the knight away. Meh, I have no idea. I have no idea, but a rook trade would not suit Jordan, that's for sure, because he's down a pawn. So as much as Fabi can trade off now, the better in an endgame, in my opinion. Rook slides back. We get knight to d8, and after this wonderful move c6, Jordan resigns, because if this plays on, Fabi's just going to keep pushing this pawn. And there's not really much you can do about it. He's taken so much space. I mean, look at it now on c7. That's absolutely disgusting. So yeah, Jordan resigns. He started still winless after 2 games. Fabi gets his first win of the tournament, which is a huge win with the white pieces. So let's jump into game 2. In game 2, we've got Nodrobek Abdusatorov from Uzbekistan going up against Leon-Luc Mendonca. Abdusatorov has the white pieces, and we get e4, e6, d4, d5. So this is a French defence from Mendonca. Probably butchering his name, I apologise. E5, c5, and then c3, because obviously if you don't play c3, if you play a move like this, this gets taken. And then this pawn is a bit of a weakness unless you play a move like f4, which nobody wants to do. So c3 in this position makes sense, because now if takes, you can still reinforce this pawn on e5. After this move, knight c6, knight f3, queen to b6, and a4. a4 is an interesting move. It's like a real stockfish move, isn't it, this early on? This is me. I'm just thinking I'm just going to get my bishop out somewhere, maybe here, and then come back here when it gets pushed away. You know, maybe bring my knight out after, bring my bishop, la 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 la. I'm in la la land. I'm not looking at a move like a4. Quick sip of tea. Oh, that's so good. a4, and then we get a pawn trade. Knight h6. See, yeah, this is what I mean. This happened in the last game. Who played it in the last game? It wasn't Fabi, was it? No, it was Jordan. Yeah, see, this just looks disgusting to me. Like, obviously, you want to put your knight here. But what are you going to do when the bishop comes out and you got double stacked pawns? And oh, I just don't like it. I don't like it. Knight's pinned to the king. Knight goes here. Nodrobek's knight jumps out. Keep saying Fabi. I've got such a big man crush on him. Sorry, Fabiano, if you're watching, which you probably are, because you want to see my analysis of the game, my take on things, so you can improve your own. I get it, mate. I get it. Short castles, and a6 kicking this bishop away, but the bishop doesn't go away. He just says, I'm going to take your knight, mate. Knight e2, bishop e7, b3, reinforcing the pawn on a4, and wait, what? I guess it's defended by the queen, but this just looks like a big weakness to me. But what the hell do I know? Absolutely nothing. What the hell is even... What have I drawn here? What have I drawn here? Oh, this was my rationale for why long castling was bad. Because I couldn't work it out, okay? I followed loads of little lines, and all I could come to was, why the hell would you castle into these 2 pawns pushing, this bishop coming out, this knight's going to jump in, this queen's a threat, this rook's going to come over, and your counterplay is this knight and this bishop, because this bishop's blocked in by your own bishop. The queen has to reroute about 1,000 miles. You've got to push this pawn up the board to get this rook in the game. The counterplay just doesn't look like it's there for me to long castle in this position. Like, white's attack is going to come so quickly. This knight, this queen, this bishop, this rook, this knight could even come over. It just looks terrifying when these pawns are going to push. Bishop d2 joins the attack. King b8. b4, these pawns start pushing. Rook c8. Rook b1. Now, I understand why Nodrobek would have played this, because he wants to push this pawn, obviously. But why is it a mistake? Because of this move. So in this line... Yeah, see, I don't really see... I guess black just can nullify everything after rook b1, and you can't really attack. Okay, well... we get a trade-off. They weren't meant to trade like this. They were... Oh, wow. What? Hang on a minute. Hang on just a minute. What was black meant to play? Just push the pawn. Okay. So yeah, just lock the position down. But they don't do that. They trade. Rook jumps in. Queen pushes. Bishop takes the pawn. This position, the rook is attacking the queen. Obviously, you have to play here to defend your rook. If you play c2, they probably bring the other rook. Is that the move? Yeah, okay, so just bring the other rook and you've got to go back here anyway. So black just gains a temper if you don't play a2 straight away. Rook shuffles back, takes the pawn. Knight trade, weakening the pawn structure. Oh my god, and then you just... Oh my god. Then you take the bishop back. The queen jumps in. Double stack these pieces. King goes to c7. Then we get knight f7, rook g8. So there is a bit of counterplay now, you know. He's got to be careful. This is coming. This is coming. Knight d6, rook b4. These pieces look like they're just going to shuffle over. I mean, obviously you can't because of the h-pawn, but you know what I mean. Queen a5 check. Queen blocks. Nodrobek just picks up the pawn. This is clinical, isn't it? Rook d8. Knight c4. And in this position, Mendonca just resigns. Why is that? So what will we get here? Bishop c6. Oh, but then you can just take the rook, can't you? And then win the queen. Yeah. And then it's just a rook versus bishop endgame. And you're down a pawn. Yeah, that makes... Oh my god, that was a clinical win from Nodrobek, wasn't it? Oh my god. What a win. I'd hate to play this man. He'd probably beat me. I'd say probably. He would obviously beat me. Game 3. Pragg Nananda going up against his Indian rival Harikrishna. Harikrishna with the white pieces. We get e4 and c5. We get Sicilian this game. Pragg is being aggressive. He wants to win. We get knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5 and knight f6. Knight c3, queen c7, short castles, and the knight jumps into the middle of the board where it looks to cement itself. Rook e1, a6, bishop f1. It comes all the way back. What is that? Is that the best move? Why is that the best move? Why can't you just go here? Oh my god. Okay, and then just... Oh, they want you to attack the knight. I was just looking at coming here, but then you do just lose your bishop if you come back like this because the pawn is already on c5. That makes complete sense. So, bishop f1 makes sense. Quick sip of tea. Oh my god, that is just glorious. Knight g4, g3, knight trade, knight shuffles back, attacking the queen, so the queen has to move. e6, taking a bit more space. d3, reinforcing the centre. d6. Did I say d6 here? I meant e6. If I said d6, guys, comment down below how much you hate me. Bishop e3, knight c6, f4, and bishop to e7. So just, you know, developing normally, looking short castle. What would I play here if I was white? Where do you want to, I don't know, maybe set up a battery? Or are there any knight moves? I don't see any knight moves. Or maybe like play like a3 just to stop this knight jumping in. Would a3 be a move? Nah, kinda. What about this? Oh, this is actually what gets played. Okay, so obviously me and Pragg very aligned in our move preferences. Short castles, bishop g2, bishop to d7 and g4, just taking some more space. Look at this marching up against the king. This is looking terrifying. But b5, so Pragg striking back on the queen side. h4, knight d4, just cementing itself in the middle of the board. Rook to c1, rook to e8, knight e2, and then we get a trade. The rook takes back. d5, look at this pawn structure. What is going on? What is going on? They're literally just marching towards each other. This is just an attack on either side. Who's going to win? Who's going to get there quicker? g5, d4, bishop has to go back. c4, c3. Why is no one taking anything? D takes on c3, finally. The rook takes back. f6, g6 is a mistake. Why is it a mistake? Because you take with the h-pawn. And this might look like you're opening up your h-file, but how is anything ever going to get in there? How is a rook going to get in there? How is the bishop going to ever have any significant threat? Oh my goodness. And this is just a waste of a g-pawn. This is not the way you wanted to attack. What did you want to do? You just want to take. Then when the rook takes, attack the rook. And this is much better for white. Or not in the position, but much better than what they chose in g6. So Pragg takes back. D takes on c4, and then obviously the b pawn takes back. We get b3, bishop to c5, bishop e3, blocking the attack. The bishop takes, the rook takes back. These rooks are now connected again, and these pawns are going to be marching forwards. What does Prague have in response? g5, f5. No one wants to take. Can you take in either position? Can you just play this? Eval bar has not moved. I mean, this would be bad apparently because of... Oh, because you'd lose your queen. Yeah, I can see why that might be a bad move actually. Yeah. I can see why I'm not invited to these tournaments. Queen f4. Takes. Takes. C takes on b3. A pawn takes back. F takes on g5. We get rook c7 and bishop b5. This bishop's not going anywhere, which means this pawn is just out the game. Because how are you ever going to move this bishop? Maybe actually just come back here. Is this a move? That's not a move. Because after takes, you can take the pawn and you can't take back. Because this rook would just win your rook because the king's not there to defend it anymore. Oh my god. How these guys see all this is just beyond me. Now the king's there to take back. Ooh, Prague offers a rook trade, but... Oh my god, Hare-Krishna does not accept. Gives a check. The king's coming now though. Prague's king is coming. Gives a check. Blocks. Rook b8 is a mistake. But rook c7 is an even bigger mistake. Gives a check. Blocks. Oh, that's... What did you need to play here? You just needed to take. Just trade it off. No. But he doesn't. He plays rook to b7. How is Prague going to bounce back? Only move in the position for a significant advantage is to check on c3, and he finds it. King f2, rook d3 is an inaccuracy. Bishop h5, rook d7 is an inaccuracy. But rook b8 is a blunder. Why is it a blunder? Because you just win the pawn. You just win the pawn. Oh my god, and you're going to go on to win the other pawn, aren't you? Oh my god. Wow. Rook b8 is a huge blunder, because now you just win the pawn and you're up 2 pawns. And Prague is going to convert this endgame. Oh my god, look at this. Prague's just got to start pushing. I mean, they're double stacked, so you just have to sort of maneuver your pieces into like an optimal... Oh my god. He's down 3 pawns now. And after king g4 and a5... Yeah, because this a pawn is just going to march all the way down. I mean, this king's going to join it. The bishop's going to come in and defend it. The rook is here as well. It's just, oh my god, what a clinic from Prague. Look at that. I mean, win with the black pieces is absolutely huge because he started off with a draw. So to get his first win of the tournament with the black pieces, he's going to be feeling very confident. Oh my god. Some incredible games today, people. Let's jump into the standings and schedule for round 3. Okay guys, so here is the standings after 2 days. We got Fabi, Gukesh, Nodrobek Abdusatorov, and Prague. Oh, and Vincent Keimer, all on 1.5 out of 2. So they're all leading the tournament. Who's struggling? Leon Luke Mendonca, the only person yet to get any sort of result, not even a draw yet. A few people on 0.5. You've got to feel bad for Anish Giri, man. Oh, he should have won that first game against Gukesh. He should have won that first game. And there, where do we go for the games tomorrow? Can you guys see this on my OBS? Not entirely. Let's slide this over. Let's get my massive head out the way. Okay, there we go. So, what have we got to look out for? Vincent Keimer versus Wei Yi, that's a great game. Eric Geisy versus Prague, that's juicy. Caruana versus Gukesh. What? Round 3 is going to be insane. Oh my god. Guys, stay posted for the review of round 3 because this is going to be insane. Comment down below the game you're most looking forward to. I'm looking at Caruana, Gukesh. Caruana with the black pieces. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Caruana versus Gukesh, round 3. Oh, and Eragaisi Prague. That's just insane, isn't it? Oh my god. Guys, stay posted for round 3. Like this video if you enjoyed. Or if you didn't enjoy, just like the video because it will really help out. Subscribe if you're new so you don't miss further recaps on Tata Steel 2025. Comment below, obviously the game you're most looking forward to, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.